Lovely.
Hello and welcome to the Paropod, episode 151. Is this very loud?
I think it is very loud. Hold on a second. Let me just readjust.
Okay, we're back. There we go. Now
We're
that's
back.
better.
We're back. No more webcam recordings. This is now back on the Focusrite. You're here with your hosts, Mark and Owen, for episode 151, I believe, of the Paropod.
I believe it's 52.
Well, it's 152 now. It's 100. We just get confused because there's been so many of them. But we're back again. And we're going to be looking at our recommended film for this episode later on, A Dark Song. So it's a film by Liam Gavin, I believe he is.
Two first names?
Is his name. Yeah, two first names again. Quite strange. But he's Irish, so we forgive him. It's from 2016. It's about a young mother who seeks help from an occultist to perform a dangerous ritual that would allow her to talk to her deceased son. So, trauma, creepy vibes, demons, potentially?
Angels?
Angels and
Also
demons,
maybe?
perhaps.
Angels and Demons? Starring Tom Hanks? Oof.
Not a bad movie.
Or it's a Demons and Angels. Angels and Demons?
Yeah, Angels and Demons, yeah. If it's half as good as Angels and Demons, then we're doing pretty good. We're doing all right. That wasn't a terrible movie. But yeah, we're going to talk about that later. But yeah, how you been on?
I have been grand. Cruising through life.
Cruising.
Nearly on autopilot. It's not good.
Autopilot, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Things could be drastically worse, which is always important to remember.
That's true. You have a new car.
I have a new car that
That's
I can't
major.
drive yet, but I have a new car.
Yeah.
The Paro wagon, we're fucking going.
The Paro wagon, I like that.
we're going international, cross country with it.
Yeah, it's an orange car. It has the decals for the Paropod and all.
Oh my god, that'd be hideous.
Yeah, the Paro wagon. We're gonna do a tour across the country. We're gonna do, was it Kildare, Newbridge, was it Turles, and where we're going after that?
I think it was Killarney.
Killarney. It's just a southern tour of the country.
Cross country.
Next year we'll do the north.
We'll do the
We'll do the Midlands.
First.
Yeah. We'll go west first or second, and then we'll do the north, probably third. Once it all kind of calms down up there.
Yeah. Once you guys fucking chill out.
Yeah, once they relax. And yeah, so like we're doing hotels.
I don't know how comfortable I am going up to the north in a big orange car. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how this can play.
We were
out.
actually advised not to, but we told our agent where to go. So we will do that eventually. Rest assured, Paropod fans in Ulster. But yeah,
your Patreon money is being used.
it is being used.
It is being used.
Yeah, it's gonna mature at some stage, and we're gonna cash in.
I wonder, has anyone actually ever looked up, do we have a Patreon? Because we joke about it so much. Like, surely there's a first-time listener on one of these episodes where we've said we have a Patreon that's been like, I actually will. You know what? These guys are cool. I'm gonna donate to their Patreon or pledge. I think it's pledge to their Patreon. And how disappointed they must have been to know that they cannot financially back this podcast.
I know. Until today.
Until
Go to gofundme.com/Paro. No, we don't have anything like that because we're not in it for the money. We're in it for the love of the grind.
It's never stopped grinding. Let me tell you,
it doesn't stop.
it's
We're
just
being ground to dust.
It's just a continuous grind, and it's not like grinding. It's like, because obviously if you're grinding and you go back and forth, bear with me. This is just a continual, just one-way direction grind.
We got multi-directional.
Yeah, no, hey, that's what we need.
Yeah, that's what we have.
I don't know if we have.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
We need to, several directions.
Because once you have like different directional grinds, something gets stimulated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sparks fly. Sparks literally fly.
Right
That's
now,
physics.
it's just like smearing.
Yeah, we're being smeared.
We've got a smear campaign going on right now.
Yeah.
That's what
run by ourselves.
That's what these words mean.
Yeah, but soon we're gonna advance into kind of an explosion in all different directions
And expand.
and expand. Yeah.
Yes.
So the Parapod movie,
TV show.
merchandise,
Oh man. Do you know what's one?
action figures.
You know what's one thing that I hate that we had.
We'll have our catchphrases when you pull the string.
What? That was shit.
yeah. Good vibes, man.
It's just vibology.
Vibology. One of the catchphrases is just vibologies.
No explanation either. If you know, you know. The one thing that I hate with Anchor having been bought with Spotify is that I don't think you can, but I think they removed the feature of being able to see what countries are listening to you. Remember that one time that all of a sudden there was one listener in Israel, and we're like, well,
Yeah, we had to shut down the podcast for a while.
can't go there anyway. I think Venezuela also popped up at one stage.
Yeah, with Argentina. Yeah,
Yeah.
random countries.
Random countries, and my favorite thing that was getting demonetized for having just playing music just in older episodes and seeing where the episode got banned.
Yeah.
Always remembered the Gomo episode where we played
Madonna.
Madonna. What song is that? Like a prayer?
Like a prayer.
Yeah, playing that song in the interval and being banned in Venezuela, Iran, I think Israel also
Yeah.
banned us for that.
North Korea.
Yeah, but this is automatic.
Oh, is it?
This is
They
automatic
don't
ban.
have Anchor in North Korea,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But yeah, just seeing all these spots just like ban you because
Why would
the-
Venezuela ban us for playing Madonna?
they hate Madonna.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about
Yeah, you know that
that.
age-old
Famous.
that age-old rivalry going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it because some of the spots that popped up, I think Saudi Arabia also popped up or like something like that.
Mm.
Some of the spots kind of made sense because I was like, this is like a gay anthem, so I'm feeling like that might be the reason why some of these countries is banned it.
Mm.
Because it was the only time that happened as well. It was only that episode where we got banned in like multiple different countries,
Yeah.
and it, like the reason was because we used that song. So I don't know. Maybe they just fucking hate Madonna.
Yeah, very, very, very possible, even likely, maybe. Yeah, it was interesting to see, but that feature is now gone, so we don't know where you're listening from, who you are.
You're completely anonymous.
You are totally anonymized.
I do want to double check that though, but I'm fairly certain that feature is gone now.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, see if this page ever loads. But anyway, yeah. Will we either start off with one movie each, or do you want to talk about?
Let's do one movie each.
Let's do one movie each.
Yeah. Okay. So, what were you watching? Did you go to the cinema at all recently?
New movie alert.
Oh,
We're actually talking about a new film that only just came out. Sinners. Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, and Jack O'Conlon.
Jack Connell or something like that. Yeah.
Jack
yeah.
Conlon. And that's the only two names enough in this movie. This is the new vampire flick, Western influenced vampire flick, starring Michael B. Jordan, who plays Smokes and Stack, who are twins. She plays the same character twice. And honestly, I'm a fucking idiot. I was actually sitting there for the first. Full disclosure here. Might have been under the influence slightly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So for the first like 10 minutes, it's like, man, that guy really looks like Michael B. Jordan.
Is the appearance slightly different? Is it?
Slightly different. One has
okay.
like they got like different haircuts, and one wears red, one wears blue, and one has, I think he's got gold teeth. I think it's Dax is the one that's got gold teeth. But my fucking dumbass is just there being like, man, that guy really looks like Michael B. Jordan. Fucking hell. And then like only afterwards, it was literally only when they started shooting like separate scenes that I was like, wait, that is Michael B. Jordan. It's the same. Anyway. So this movie is about the two twins. They come back from living in Chicago for an undisclosed amount of time, having been working underneath Al Capone, and they come back and they're like, we're gonna set up like a blues club, blues club bar. Let me start again there. I don't know why that was hard to say. They come back to set up a blues club bar. I think I'm trying to say blues bar, and that's really hard to say for some
A
reason.
blues bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Blues club bar.
And I want to keep saying jazz, but I think jazz. They're
doing blues.
They're playing the blues.
Yeah. This ain't jazz.
This ain't jazz. This is way sadder than that. So they come back down to like I think probably like Mississippi or Southern America, and that's the plan. Is that they're going to set up this club, and it will be like a black only space, and no white people allowed. And then who shows up but a bunch of fucking white vampires,
Oh,
Irish vampires,
Irish vampires.
like full blown Irish vampires.
Oh, like they're actually Irish.
Oh yeah, he's Irish. He is
Jack Connell is Irish.
He plays an Irish vampire.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Is he Irish?
No.
He's English, isn't he?
There's definitely ties.
His name is definitely Irish.
Yeah, like
he looks Irish.
He looks like someone that he looks like multiple people that I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a siege thing where it's like, oh, we can keep the vampires out, but right, first thing with the vampire thing is that it is legit vampires. Garlic fucks them up. Holy water fucks them up. You have to invite them in for them to get indoors, which is a big part where like people start to change and like, oh, come on, let me in. And they're just like, why do you need an invitation all of a sudden to get in here? And he's just like, all right, being rude. What the fuck? It's like, come on then. And he's like, no, we're not going to invite you in, but do it then. And he's just like, no. Like cool tension, bits like that. Yeah, just like they're just straight up vampires. Just straight up vampires. Right. When I first walked out of this movie, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that movie. Like, I knew what the movie was putting down. I could, like, off the get-go, which I'll talk about in, like, a couple of minutes, but I knew off the bat what this movie was putting down. But there's certain things that I didn't super like. There's some, like, it's definitely taken influence from, like, old, like, 80s and 70s, like, action flicks, where you have, like, the super badass protagonist who's just like oozing charisma, which Michael B. Jordan does very easily. Is like, the coolest person in the room at all time. And it's also like very like masculine energy, which is like slightly subverted, but like there's a lot of talk about giving women head in this movie.
Oh, right.
There's a lot of talk about that, and there's a couple of scenes of it as well.
Oh.
So it's not like a proper like, oh, we're lads. It's like, no, I'm a man. I'm gonna treat my lady right.
All right.
But some of the stuff with Michael B. Jordan did come off to me as like very. I feel like you think that you are the coolest person in the room.
Yeah.
But it's coming across that you think you're the coolest person in the room.
Not that you are.
And it's giving me an ick a little bit.
Oh, okay. He's forcing it.
It's kind of like some of the dialogue is just like
bit cringe.
Really trying to be like super cool.
Yeah.
And because it's trying to, I feel like it was trying a bit too hard in some bits that it like cringed me out. And I get that. It's the same thing with Guy Ritchie films.
Yeah.
I just cringe with that type of shit.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. Even I don't know, like people are like, oh, best British movies of all time. Fuck that. Don't like it. I don't know. It's something about everything, the quippy dialogue and stuff like that. I don't like.
Yeah.
And like there's nothing to that extent in this movie, but there's like similar like gangsterish vibes that I don't like super love.
Can't condone that stuff.
And I went into the movie thinking that I was getting a like siege vampire flick, and not like that. That is what the movie is, but like maybe like the last like 30 minutes is that. Majority of the film is all set up to get to the 30 minutes of like vampires fighting and stuff like that. There is like basically like one scene where they fight vampires. Sorry, there is only one scene where they fight vampires.
At the end?
And it's the end.
Oh, really? So what did they do for the first hour?
It's all set up for the club and the blues club and everything. So that's right. So that's where I was like, oh, I was kind of disappointed in that movie. Walked out, but then I kept thinking about it and kept thinking about it and kept thinking about it. And this movie is something about like the imagery in this movie has really stuck. This is a beautiful looking movie. Sounds incredible. The music is so good, and the music is integral to this movie because what this movie really is about is black people setting up a space for themselves at a time where couldn't super do that.
Wasn't too easy.
And there's a bit where like, and it's the scene in this movie. It's this whole like, it kind of took me out of the movie for a second because I did not see it coming, but it is like an incredible piece of like filmmaking where they have their younger cousin, and he is an incredible blues artist. He's just very soulful singer. He's the son of a preacher who doesn't want to be a preacher and has like this gift for music. So he starts playing in the club, and like it's like a, it's like a saloon, like it's a proper like Western kind of vibe. And he starts singing, and then all of a sudden, beside him, rap artists in like 90s clothing come out, and then like 70s guitar player starts coming out, and they all start, and like it starts panning around the room, and you're seeing people do TikTok dances, and there's like jazz players and all these different things, and it starts like the voiceover starts talking about like how inspiration, like gifts like this transcend past and present, that this is like pure divine inspiration, a pure divine gift given by God for him to play music that will inspire generations. And there's even like, I might be making this up, but I'm fairly sure there's like proper tribes, like African tribes dancing in it as well, that like to bring it to the past as well. So that came out and like the movie was like pretty like realistic up until that point. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Does that just happen?
That just happens. And then the movie, then the proper vampire stuff starts coming in.
Oh, right.
Like directly afterwards, where the vampires are just walking past, and the vampire hears the music, and like the guy burns down the house. Like the imagery is that he's burning down the house playing this music.
In a good way.
That's how good he is at playing music.
Yeah.
So it's complete like fantastical scene, but it is like so well done. It just took me out of the movie because I was not expecting it.
Yeah.
So anyway, he starts hearing the music and he's like, I want him. I want that blues player in my tribe because he will be able to influence more people to come and join me.
The vampire wants that.
Yeah. So the
right.
Irish vampire goes up to them and it's just like, come on, join me, join my side, and you'll never have to fear white people coming in and taking your space, because that is basically what Irish people did. The Irish people like were secluded, and they're like, oh come on, you can kind of join us, join the whites, and then they'll leave us alone, and then they assimilate. It's the whole movie is about community and tribes and like assimilation and trying to fight off assimilation and hold your own culture protected, because the white Irish vampire is still the bad guy even though he's Irish, and he's able to relate to them, being like, I kind of know what it's like.
Yeah.
I came from Ireland, the English took over, and I've had to flee my land, and I ended up here, and like I relate to what you're going through.
Why is he a vampire? Or is that like?
I think
it's a metaphor. Or whatever.
I think it's just a metaphor. I think it's also because I also think of the tradition of vampires being, the fucking Dracula one. What's the word I'm looking for?
White?
No, not the white. What's the hell? The
Foreigners?
No, not foreigners. God, like original Dracula was he was a symbol for
The aristocracy?
Thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
Just like to throw in just to have that metaphor that like the vampire is symbolic of something else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also the fact that it's like a disease that spreads and like takes people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because like he takes what does he do? He bites one person Oh yeah, that's what it is. So there's one white woman that is in the party, and she is the first of their party that's infected with this.
Yeah.
And then she goes in, and she's able to infect more people, and then mayhem ensues. But it is like the. Maybe you should try and like people can be trusted, but also be suspicious. Not everyone can be trusted.
What a message.
white people
White
can't.
people can be
White people can't super be trusted again, especially when you're up against other white people.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And especially like at the start of the movie, it was like they buy the factory that they're gonna use off a white guy, and they pay him extra money. To be like, don't you or none of your clan members fucking come here. And next day, surely they tried to rock up and kill them all. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this movie as well is really like about, and this is gonna sound real fucking dumb coming from my pasty white skin saying this. A lot of this movie is like, isn't being black amazing, isn't being black beautiful, like look at our bodies, there's a lot of sex in this movie. And it's like fucking one of them, the first one, didn't see it coming at all. I was like, I'm actually dying.
Surprise sexy.
Because
they're a bit weird. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, there's like a lot of like portraying and like showing like black excellence is the only way to describe it. So walked out of the movie being like, that wasn't what I was expecting, but mulling it over and thinking about it, like, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it did make some good points.
Yeah.
What to think about?
It was good in a different way.
It was good in a way that I wasn't expecting. And it, like Long Legs, I think if I watched it, I came out of it thinking, man, if I rewatch that movie, I'm gonna like it more. But unlike Long Legs, I don't think I have to rewatch this movie to like it. I think I just like this movie.
Yeah. I might go see it. Then.
I do think it's good. Like some of it is like proper throwback. Like when the vampire kills his first victim, it like his eyes go red, and then the red eyes like it fades into the night sky, and the red eyes are looking down at the
cool.
party and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like some of it is like it's real cheesy. A lot of it.
In a good way though.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Intentional.
In an intentional way.
Like clearly being an homage to so many different things.
Yeah. I read it was going to. The only reason I know about it is because I haven't paid attention to cinema in ages. Because there's been nothing out.
This is
all.
the first thing I wanted to see in cinema in
months.
Wasn't even particularly arsed going to see Mickey 17.
Yeah, I heard very mixed things about that.
Yeah.
Very mixed things.
So.
But like I read that this was being canned the first weekend because it didn't do very well. But then it's actually, I think it's improved on every like the second and third weekend. Tom Cruise intervened and like went to like a premiere or something like that, or went to go see it, and like was like, everyone needs to go see this movie. It's like, it needs to be seen in the cinemas.
Like,
I was like, and it obviously has really good reviews.
I think a lot of it is because it's an original movie.
Yeah.
It's not part of a franchise at all, and it's like a genre movie that's blending. Like, this movie is like it turns into a musical in certain stages.
Oh, might not go see it then.
But it's don't worry. They're singing Irish. They're singing Irish tunes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they start singing Irish music.
The vampires, very cool. I didn't know they were Irish vampires.
Yeah. Which is like, it's pretty cool. It's like, some
cool.
representation.
Some representation.
Are we gonna be the bad guy? Sick.
Yeah. We're never really the bad guys.
But it's also like a kind of like vaguely sympathetic villain.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he's a bad guy, but he is like.
He had his own troubles.
There's a reason why he's here.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't my land either.
This
like,
isn't me. Yeah.
I shouldn't be in these lands.
Oh, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually talk. If he talked like that, I would have been like, fuck this movie.
Well, if you're a vampire, no.
I'm a fucking vampire.
That's what the fucking Brits did.
Look
to
at me, pasty skin.
That's all they did.
Can't even see the fucking sun.
Yeah, they're not vampires. They're just Irish. Can't go out in the sun. Yeah. That sounds good though. Sounds interesting.
It is.
Sounds compelling and original, which is important.
That's what you want.
That's what we do want.
But a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of music in this movie.
Oh, okay.
Like just. To be
but it's not people singing along and it becomes part of the movie.
No.
Yeah.
It's except for one scene.
Okay, well, one scene is
They
like,
start
okay,
singing
yeah.
like the vampires just start singing Rocky Road to Dublin.
Really?
Oh yeah, they just start singing
I
it.
feel, why is no one talking about this here?
I feel like Irish people should be loving this movie.
Yeah. I might go see it. So.
We were we were super quiet in work on Saturday,
Mm.
and I was like, "It's Saturday. Like, why were we like so dead?" It wasn't until Monday that I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, "Half of fucking Coolok was in town at that fucking anti-immigration march, which is the reason why we're so fucking quiet."
Oh dearie me, yeah. Grim.
Oh,
Grim.
maybe that's probably the reason why a lot of Irish people aren't talking about how good this movie is.
Yeah, some people, yeah, some among us. Yeah, grim.
Yeah, grim.
Alright, I'll have to look into it anyway.
Everyone needs to go see this movie. This movie is very good, and it's also because like Melissa didn't super love it. She was like, I feel like I was missing something, and I didn't want to be like, well, actually, it's about.
Well, it's it's just the glasses.
Yeah.
Well,
but like what I was telling to her after is that like Ryan Coogler had done like 2 Marvel movies, and basically this was his. I want to make this movie,
yeah.
and they funded it. She was like, that is pretty cool. That like, and like you can tell this is so clearly a passion project.
yeah.
There's a lot of love in this movie, and you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see it again with now readjusted expectations in the cinema as well. I still think this is a cinema movie. So
Oh, really? You say it's definitely a cinema movie?
we'll see. There might be a.
Man, UCI €5 Tuesdays.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the IMC €5 fucking student meal. I don't have a student card anymore, but I definitely can finagle it somehow.
Yeah, man, let's go.
You should do it.
Let's go. I'll get student meal. Laughing.
Oh, they also do. Well, to be fair, IMC also do 2 for a tenner if you were 3. So we can also just do that whatever we wanted. We just can't do Fridays and Saturdays, but I think that's okay.
Fridays. Yeah, sure. I'm not with Tree though.
I am though.
Oh,
There we go.
so anyone with Tree gets this.
Yeah, anyone with 3. Yeah.
I always applied. They have it on Vodafone as well, and I always applied to do. But they're always like, sorry, we're out of tickets. I play first thing Tuesday or Wednesday morning whenever they release. And
This is just a code that like you just
constant code. Yeah, that'd
constant
be
code.
handy.
Yeah, that would be
That'd
handy.
be
Yeah.
Vodafone, you bastards.
Bro, if you're ever going to IMC, I can just send you the code as well, and you can just use it.
I haven't been to IMC since fucking Revenge of the Sith.
Fair, man. It is dirt.
Yeah, it's such a kick.
It's such a bad cinema.
Yeah,
But I love it.
I know, yeah. It's like a UCI or what's it called, the Odeon now, in Coolock. That was where I was went to go watch movies. I was up there recently.
Yeah.
But it's even worse than it was before. Like
That's where I went to go see
such a
Sinners.
kid.
It's
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's where Neil used to go watch movies as well.
Why?
I don't
Why
know.
there?
It was like the nearest cinema back in the day. You had to get the horse and cart down. Something like that.
Should be like swords. No,
I don't know,
cinema
yeah.
Swords. What's movies at swords?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. That's because when he said to me, I was like, what the hell? Really? So we're all probably in the same cinema at once.
Maybe we were.
100%.
I was seeing Paul.
Paul, yeah. I've seen, Ted or whatever was on, yeah. Yeah, I know, we should do that though, yeah. Watch Sinners. But yeah, speaking of original movies, I watched Looper.
Nice.
Looper.
Nice.
2012, 2013.
Maybe we're all watching Looper at the same time in cinemas.
Very possible, because that was out literally, we were what, young
13, 14.
young lads, yeah.
Perfect age to see Looper.
Exactly. And it's perfect. It's like a teenage movie. It's so, Bruce Willis in China. It's like do 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 do, and he's like, he's like traveling back in time. Joseph Gordon-Levitt
With his weird makeup face. I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on with his face? And his
Why-
eyes are blue.
Why couldn't they make Bruce? I guess maybe it's more difficult to make Bruce Willis look like Michael B. Jordan. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. All these actors with these fucking long ass names.
Yeah.
They just made JGL look like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, BW. Yeah.
BW.
The funniest part is when they're showing how Joseph Gordon-Levitt turns into Bruce Willis, like how he kind of ages if he takes that kind of divergent path. And there's like a scene where it's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt a bit older, he's losing his hair, and he's a bit older again, and then it's Bruce Willis just like suddenly with like a bit of hair just like put on top of his head, but he's like there's no makeup attached to him at all. It's just like he's just aged like 50 years in like the span of whatever 5 years in the movie.
It's the stress of being a looper.
Of being a loop, yeah, of closing his loop. Looper's great. Looper's a great movie. Ryan Johnson, whatever. The guy who did the Star Wars movies. He did this.
Yes.
And he did, what was that other one? He did loads of good movies. But this one, I really enjoyed Looper. I watched it when it first came out, and that was the last time I watched it. I remember I really liked it back then. But I just never really went back to it at all. And then I randomly decided to have a goosey gander at it at the weekend, and I enjoyed it just as much, if not more, than when I originally watched it. It's a cool original movie, you know. It's the whole. I think it's probably the best portrayal of time travel. Like obviously, like Primer and all that stuff. It's like it's actually accurate and all, but this is the most entertaining.
Yeah.
Like
It's
well,
like
obviously
Back
to the Future. Yeah, of course. But it does it really well. You know, it's like JGL. He's a looper doing whatever the fuck loopers do. They're like assassins in 2040, and you know they have to. You know, murder is like really illegal in 2080. Not just normal illegal. It's like super illegal, and you can't do it.
It's super bad. It's way worse than regular murder.
It's worse than it is now. And so to get past that and to murder people without being caught, they send them back in time where it's easier to kill people. They send them to people like JGL who just like fucking, you know, just blast them with a shotgun to the chest, and then they have gold strapped to their back. That's a cool little concept, you know. Just like it's like, you know, they're traveling. They've sent them back in time, and they sent Jeff Daniels as well back in time to like to oversee the whole operation within whatever New York City or wherever the fuck they are. And there's this weird thing where there's some weird shit's happening in the future where the guy who's taken over the city, the new kingpin of this city, has decided he's going to crack down on all the loopers, and he's sending people back. He's sending the old loopers back to be killed by themselves in the past.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
That's
so you have
sick.
to kill yourself, but then you get a big payoff, and you can kind of retire in peace. It's all about that. It's all essentially about that and how that kind of starts. And everyone starts getting a bit nervous because it keeps happening more and more often. They're like, what the hell is going on here? And yeah, it's Paul Dano is in it as well. He's great as usual.
Yeah,
he's just kind of in it. He's not even in it that much, but he's just like
messed up.
Yeah, it's messed up because he has to close his loop, but he pussies out, and he just can't do it, which is like understandable, you know, because everyone else is laughing it up and going like, I'll get it to retire and all, but like you just know you're gonna like, you know, basically when you're gonna die. It's weird. It's an interesting thought. And Paul Dano gets his future self sent back, and he becomes aware that it's his future self. Like, you know, the old Paul Dano is saying something to him, like reciting a line, and he just can't pull the trigger. And so his future self escapes, runs away, and this creates like it creates a, you know, an issue with, like, I think causality in general. Like it just fucks everything up. So like they shut the whole city down, and it's kind of like a Judge Dredd situation where there's clearly no like actual state control over the city at all. It's just these criminals can just like shut everything down and send helicopters and, like, you know, artillery, you know, detachments out to just like blow up these people and find them wherever they are. And then there's that really weird fucked up scene where his older self is like becomes aware that old Paul Dano becomes aware that young Paul Dano has been captured somewhere in the city, and you can see it because the old version of him is still linked to the younger version of him, even though they're still in the same city. So they've caught the younger Paul Dano, and they're like sending messages by like carving up his arm, and like it's scarred over in the old version of him as like, go to this address, and the closer he gets to it, he robs a car. And all of a sudden his foot is gone and he can't press the brake, and the car crashes. He goes to get out of the car and his hand is missing, so he has to you know, jam his way out. And then he goes to step out of the car and his other foot is gone.
Oh, it's awful.
And then his calf is gone. It's just like, and his nose comes off. It's just like, it's horrendous.
It's also because you're like, oh man, like, it's so fucked up. Because I remember watching, it's like, oh, he survived. He's still alive, and then just cutting bits of him off.
Yeah, he's still alive because like the time loop is like, or it's kind of like operating under the assumption that that they stop at that point and he just continues on with the rest of his life or whatever. It's kind of confusing and maybe inconsistent from like an actual, like, if you think about it too long, but it's still really cool. And And then JGL, he gets his future self sent back, and it's like Bruce Willis, and it's like this, he's doing this weird like T pose kind of thing, and he turns around, he shoots him because he knows this is his future self. He's got to get it done, or else he's gonna get hunted down like Paul Dano and chopped up to bits. Bruce Willis survives, and there's this whole kind of, that's the whole movie. They're just chasing each other around the city, and the gangs are chasing them. And Bruce Willis is absolutely he's Judge Dredd. Like he's just going
on
around
a mission.
He's going around fucking everybody up. He's changing the game. He's just like driven by, just pure hatred at whoever this person was or is or will be in the future that is hunting all the loopers down and has ruined his life. He's run off to China. He's got a great little life with his Chinese wife, and he's living in peace after being a bit of a scumbag for a few years after he retired. And yeah, he's just driven by the love for his wife into killing like dozens and dozens of people, all like grunts and stuff like that, other criminals.
Yeah, he sends himself back in time to kill the kingpin.
The Rainmaker.
Yeah, the Rainmaker
is what they call him. Yeah, because he knows that this super powerful kingpin in the future, he's a psychic, which is something that's established that in 2040 people have like limited psychic powers. This he's got crazy psychic powers. He took over the whole city by himself. Now he's cracking down. He's cleaning the slate. But Bruce Willis knows that he's in one of three locations at the point in time when where he arrives back into the past. And so he's searching for this kid, JGL. He's off. He's in the cornfields. He happens to run into Emily Blunt, her little weird kid. But yeah, the whole concept of of that small little child, like Emily Blunt's son, like how he takes on his psychic powers. They slowly introduce it. The tension when people are searching for them in the fields. Like kind of the choices that Bruce Willis has to make when he's clearly been like driven insane, and he kills one of the kids that he finds. Because he has three addresses, and it's three children that were born at the hospital. Where the Rainmaker was born on the Rainmaker's birthday, but he doesn't know which one of them is which. So he kills one of the children, not knowing that this isn't. It's like, this is fucked up. I can't remember that they did that. I was like, that's heavy.
This movie is heavy.
Heavy, yeah.
I even love the ending where I think the whole thing is like Justin Gordon-Levitt realizes he's like, oh, this like what's happening now is what's gonna cause the Rainmaker to be the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
So because it's something like if they kill the mom, there's no one there to take care of the Rainmaker, so he'll grow up to be cold and harsh
and evil. Yeah.
And Joseph Gordon, I was like, well, there's only one solution to this.
Yeah, and he does the thing. He switches around the gun and he closes his loop, in the present. So he kills himself. It's really. I completely forgot that was the ending of the movie.
Oh, I always remember that.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, the shot of him flipping the shotgun around is so cool.
It's very cool, yeah.
He's like, take the shot. I know.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
It's great. But like thinking about it, it's like the Rainmaker is like he's in the future, and like this city in 2040, like in the present or whatever, is clearly run by nobody. It's run by this gang. And the Rainmaker comes in the future, and he's like super powerful or whatever. And his first step is to kill everyone in this corrupt, evil gang that controls the city. But like, is that a bad thing? Is that the evil Rainmaker, or is he the good guy?
Yeah,
is he still like this? Like,
it sounds like Bruce Willis didn't come to terms with. Yeah, you're a bad dude.
Yeah, you are the you're the villain here.
You're the villain. Yeah. He's like, I'll be more of a villain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in time and kill kids. Okay.
Yeah. But it's there's a great scene where he's brought back. He's caught before he gets to the other child, and he's 0 for 2. He got both of the two children that have nothing to do with the Rainmaker. But he doesn't get to the second one. He's caught by the gang. They bring him back to base. They're trying to bring him to Jeff Daniels. Get some information out of him, chop him up, send messages to JGL. And he just breaks free, and it's like the raid or something like that. And he just kills literally everybody in the building. It's a great scene though. Because they're like, oh, he can't possibly get out of this. But then he does. It's great.
I think they're my favorite bits in any movie. How are they gonna get out of this? They just do.
They just do.
Yeah. They just brute force their way through the problem.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's a great movie. I have to say, great fun to watch,
Mm.
and the time travel aspects. It's just everyone loves time travel.
I love a time
Everyone
travel.
loves a time travel story.
Do you know I love time travel? I don't think I like time loops anymore.
Time loops.
I'm sick of things like we're always repeating. It's like the same day over and over again. Like
Oh,
Groundhog Day movies,
Groundhog Day, like which?
like Palm Springs and Russian Doll and
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't.
I
Think
like that movie.
I don't know if I like that movie.
I liked that movie at the time anyway.
Yeah, just like
That's
stuff
an
like
old
that.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, the whole time is a loop. That's too depressing because it's like real life. It's like fuck
Yeah,
that.
I don't need to experience. I don't need to watch that. I experience it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need to go to the cinemas to see that. Yeah, no, but time travel, it's like, whoa, it's a totally different universe. You can just step into it.
Yeah,
Wow. Sign me up.
please. Let me see an alternate version.
Yeah, let's just skip ahead 20, 30 years.
Yeah. Just fucking.
Or even go into the past 20 years.
Just like blink and you're gone. Oh, what a world we could live in.
Yeah.
Boy, but yeah. Will we go for a quick break?
Yeah.
And continuing on, nearly at the end of our Transformers franchise review. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, 2023.
Oh.
Newest live-action movie, directed by Stephen Caple Jr., starring Anthony Ramos, who's a guy I actually know, and Dominique Fishback. That's an interesting name.
That's a very cool name.
Yeah, this is the last of the Transformers movies, the live action ones anyway, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad because you know the way, like our last one was Planet of the Apes. There was stuff to talk about
With every movie, yeah.
Every movie there was something weird. It was always like an allegory for something.
Every movie was very different.
I feel like I've been watching I think I've been watching the same movie 8 times at this stage.
Yeah.
I never want to experience a movie like where there's an alien and humans are like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, don't ever make a movie like that again. We've had enough of them.
Yeah, like the saturation is pretty crazy. I think as far as this franchise goes, this is pretty good though.
Yeah, it's like average movie.
But it's not a very good movie. Like
No.
yeah.
It's like a 2.5 star movie. And
Yeah.
This is like
It's one of the best Transformers
it's
movies.
like mid tier.
Yeah.
I would definitely place this above the last two Michael Bay ones. Probably it's honestly it's kind of on par with Revenge of the Fallen. Revenge of the Fallen
Yeah.
is fucking like
I'd put this third. TBH.
I'd put this how many is there? 7?
Is this 8? No. 7, no, you're right. 7.
We're OG, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, Last Night, Bumblebee, and then this one. So this is 7.
7. Actually, no, sorry, Bumblebee was good.
Yeah, I'd put this 5th. Bumblebee. I think Bumblebee and the original 3 are better than this.
Yeah. I'd put it 4th.
But did you put Revenge of the Fallen underneath it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
probably correct. But
I'd actually put Dark of the Moon underneath as well.
really,
Yeah, but that's
what are you putting above it?
putting above what?
Above this?
The first one and the Bumblebee, I suppose.
Just 2 movies. So this
Yeah.
is 3rd.
Yeah. Or sorry, wait, 4th. Oh yeah, I put a 3rd.
Damn.
Yeah. But like, it's not good.
No, it's not even. No, I'm just gonna shut that placement. Yeah, no, it's not even that good. It's just like like it's
it's
like,
actually not good at all.
I love the way that like Netflix is like advertised this as like the best Transformers movie. I'm like,
It's definitely not.
It's definitely not. But also like,
It's not a good thing.
how do you look at like a 2.5 star movie and be like, yeah, this is the best one?
Yeah, it's not a good advertising for the rest of the franchise. But it is kind of, standing apart from Transformers. I think it does stand apart from it stylistically.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much. Like it's not a Michael Bay movie, and you can tell that.
Yes, you can definitely tell that.
Like kind of the way Bumblebee, so you can tell this is a different kind of vibe, but it's not as good. In that the general structure, shape of the movies is the exact same.
Yeah,
essentially.
there's a MacGuffin. They need to get them. They need to get the thing,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, we actually need to get the other half of the thing. So now we go get that. Oh no, the bad guys got it. Final battle.
Yeah.
Every single one of these movies is the exact same plot every single time.
Yeah. 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 I thought it was kind of. I thought the beginning was kind of okay, kind of cool, where he's
Mm.
like stealing the car.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, he's like down on his luck, and he's in with like kind of a gang or whatever, and he's just kind of whisked away to this magical world with his Transformers. But that's just kind of the first movie as well.
He's just like fully abducted.
Yeah, he's abducted by, was it Mirage or whatever?
Yeah, Mirage. Yeah.
But that's just kind of the first movie as well. Isn't that exactly
Yeah,
what happens?
they do get over the Transformers are like this crazy, reality changing discovery very quickly. Like he gets over it super quickly.
Yeah. He just adjusts.
He's like, yeah, fine, cool. This is real now. Okay, grand. I'm giving it a knuckle touch.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I have this movie is mostly just completely fine. It just has, I think with the last two of the Michael Bay ones, like tried to become more generic kind of blockbusters in like how their like tone came across. I feel like they have a lot of like, whoa, watch out, and that kind of like Marvel quippy
Yeah.
stuff, but was directed by Michael Bay, so it's like it was made by a crazy man that didn't know how to edit movies properly or like
Yeah.
write stories at all or logically put scenes together. So when you get to this movie, it is that like blockbuster schlock that's competently put together and makes sense and looks fine. But that's exactly what it is. This is a movie like came out 2023 and it ends with a final battle with a beam in the sky. What are we doing?
Yeah. That was over in 2012. That was done.
I rolled my eyes, and there's lines of dialogue where it's like, I need backup. Hey, I'm coming, and like that again. That's
Yeah.
I don't know why I give this film 2.5 stars. It is like it is the most generic blockbuster schlock.
Yeah. You can't really get away with that in 2023, I suppose.
Completely inoffensive.
Or it's a dinosaur in the sense that it's like an older OS.
No, that
relative
was the
to-
fourth movie.
Which
The
the
fourth movie's
dinosaurs?
dinosaurs.
That was the dinosaur.
This
This
one's
was a
about apes.
metaphorical dinosaur. It's about apes. This one, yeah, this is a missing link. It's like this is what they should have been doing in 2009 to develop on what they'd already done with the Michael Bay kind of like bro blockbusters of the 2000s. But then Marvel came in. And
They tried to make this into like a Marvel.
yeah, that's just it's all right. It's grand. It's kind of like a Marvel movie. It's kind of thing. I don't think we'd ever watch if it was just out in cinemas.
No.
No one would ever watch. And no one did see this really.
No.
But it's not the worst thing in the world anyway. But that being said, I didn't watch the ending.
So
So,
you missed the
I missed
Avengers.
I missed the
fucking-
main thing. Yeah.
The Avengers like sting, which is at the
Mm.
end of the movie. Main guy, what was his name? The main dude's name, who was Noah.
Noah.
He is being talked to by like government officials and like, listen, right, we need you as part of this team. Help fight other people. And he's given a card. And he flips the card over. It's G.I. Joe. I actually groaned when that happened. I was like, oh. Stop, because I was like, this movie kind of reminds me of like a really bad Avengers movie, and then that post-credit scene, I was like, you gotta be joking me.
Yeah, a post-credit scene, 2023.
Oh, like at this stage, like Endgame and everything had already come out. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
2023 is only the other day. Like, yeah, like what you can't get away with that. G.I. Joe is just inexplicable. Like absolutely inexplicable because no one is interested in G.I. Joe.
No.
Like it's not the 1970s. Like no one has children don't have G.I. Joe stuff. Like there's no G.I. Joe
because it's
show.
It's for adults. It's meant to be like,
It's mature.
do you remember?
Yeah.
Nostalgia. Do you remember
It's
G.I.
like
Joe?
50-year-old men are like, why would I go see Rise of the Beasts when I can watch Dunkirk again on Netflix? It's like why? It's like it's just such a bizarre thing. Because G.I. Joe had two movies, and everyone was like, "What they were
I think the second one is meant to be terrible. I've never seen it.
I can't even remember the second one. But like the first one was like, I remember I saw it in cinemas. I was just confused. There's so much going on. It was kind of like Avengers before the Avengers was a thing. And you didn't know any of the characters or who they were or how they related to the universe they're supposed to be in.
That's how you make a blockbuster.
Yeah, and everyone just forgot about it. So why would you try to bring it back in 2023, with a much bigger franchise?
Yeah.
It'd be like Tony Stark getting handed a card with the Eternals on it. It's like, who the fuck are they? Why would I?
Who is this?
Yeah, why would I join this universe? I suppose it's just what other toys do they have, Hasbro? That's kind of it. They're just trying to milk the. Barbie came out around then, wasn't it? They probably added that in.
Barbie's Mattel.
Yeah, but like Barney's getting a movie with Daniel Kaluuya. Bob the Builder, as we spoke about, is getting a movie. Remember all those projects were announced around the time the Barbie came out. And I think most of them have died a death, it seems.
Oh, Mr. Potato Head. Honestly, I looked up Hasbro toys, and all I'm getting is Transformers.
That's all they have.
They do like Star Wars toys as well. Maybe we can get a Star Wars toy movie.
We already had that. Actually, no, we didn't. A Lego Star Wars movie.
Oh, we should, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
But that'd be Lego, though.
Yeah, but they did Lego Batman and everything. And like, they did Pharrell Williams' biopic as...
Yeah, what happened to that?
Oh, that came out, I don't know.
That came out and everyone pretended it didn't.
I think everyone, collectively was like, I'm okay.
Yeah, no one. It's the first movie that no one saw. No one's ever seen it.
I'm okay not seeing this movie.
No one showed up to the premiere. No one promoted it.
Do you know what it was? I think that when I saw the trailer to that movie, it made me think of that song "Happy," and I was automatically just like, I don't want to see that movie.
Yeah. It turned everyone off.
But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, this movie Transformers Recipes. Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. It's
not great.
I apologize. Next time we do a franchise review, there will be movies with stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I thought I was cooking with this one. I so totally was not. Definitely not.
That's your look. Maybe Transformers 1 will be good. I've heard it is. From you.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard Rise of the Beast is meant to be good,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I'm so
We'll
sick
see.
of watching these fucking robots fight. I'm so sick of it.
Apparently they cancelled funding for all future Transformers movies.
Good.
After Transformers 1 didn't do very well.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It's kind of... That's the way it kind of should be.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
stop.
Just
Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Like, when the first Transformers movie came out, 2007?
2007, yeah.
6, 7. We're now 8 movies. We've watched 8 movies
Mm-hmm.
in
18
the
years
span
later.
of like, yeah. They were like, these came out like once every like 2 years nearly. Completely oversaturation. Plus, this is the age of Marvel. Plus, the age of DC. Plus, Star Wars came back. Plus, oh Jesus, why are they still making these movies?
It's time to go see Sinners.
Everyone should go see Sinners or our recommended film,
A Dark Song.
2016.
Liam Gavin. A young mother seeks an occultist's help to perform a dangerous ritual that would allow her to talk to her deceased 7-year-old son.
Ooh,
Oh, that's interesting. How is she going to do that?
bit spooky, that innit?
This a pure Paro movie.
This is a bit. This movie is powerful.
Yeah, it really is. That's kind of the basis of the movie, isn't it? Because like you were saying beforehand, it's not a horror film in like an insidious kind of way.
No,
It's not like we're going to the afterlife. We're going to find your dead son.
it's not like it's not like a possession movie either.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's super about.
It's about magic
It's
with a
about-
K.
Yeah, it's super about rituals.
Yeah, rituals and trauma and like other stuff like that. But like I like the fact that it is kind of primarily about whatever weird shit's happening in that house, you know. And it's just something strange about it. And they don't explain it. A lot of it just isn't explained. Yeah, the ritualistic elements of it. So it's about this woman, can't remember her name. Sophia maybe?
I think it is Sophia.
And she is bereaved. Is that a word?
Yeah, it is.
Bereaved by the death of her son. Her son was stolen from a childcare centre by a group of teenagers and killed, ritualistically murdered. So she's like obviously very grief-stricken, pretty better word, and she's basically gone mental with like all the stuff she has to go through. So in her desperation, she reaches out to this guy called Solomon. pretty sure that's his
Yes. Yeah.
name. Who is like, she probably, I don't know, found him online or something like that. Like that's kind of the vibe that you get.
Yeah. So
Like he's just there smoking rollies. He has like an anorak on and stuff. And she wants him to assist her in carrying out this ritual, this magic ritual, as in like Aleister Crowley type magic, where like the book that they're reading the spells from is a real book that some fucking weirdos actually do believe like has magical powers that can summon demons and spirits and stuff like that. And she wants him to kind of guide her through this process, which can take months at a time, to break down the barriers between this world and the next, to be able to speak to her son, but then also like you get like a favor off your guardian angel because you meet your guardian angel at the end of this process. And that's like the premise of the movie, and it's just them two essentially. At one point, you do have her sister comes in. She meets up with her sister.
Who's that? Who do you know who she is?
She's in love, hey.
Yeah.
It's she was John Boy's girlfriend.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Yeah. And she was
Siobhan?
Siobhan.
No,
or
I think
something
Siobhan
like
might have been one of the Tommy's girlfriends.
It's Nadine or something like that. I don't know, but she.
Fuck's sake, Nadine. Yeah, I think it might be.
Fuck's sake, or is it Aidan Gillen? Nadine, you can't do that.
Or is that someone's finance man? Or was that her friend? I think Nadine might have been the friend. Like, I'll splash acid in your face, Nadine.
Something like that, yeah. But anyway, she dies of a heroin overdose in season 4 or season 3. But she was good. This is actually the last movie she was in. I looked it up. She hasn't been in anything since. She has a decent British accent in it as well.
Susan. Her name is
Susan.
Her name is Susan.
In Love, hey.
Wait, hold on, or is that the actress? She's known for playing Debbie.
Debbie. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Sorry, her actual name is Susan, but she played Debbie in Love
She
8.
played Debbie. She was also in Hardy Books. So yeah, this is the last time she was seen was in this movie, on screen obviously. I'm sure she's still alive.
Like 5-minute shot.
Yeah, but she's the only other character in this movie. It's otherwise it's just Sophia and Solomon, and Sophia's rented out this like mansion or like an old manor kind of in Wales, for the purposes of just running this ritual for however long it takes, and it seems like it's going to take 8-9 months. Like it's just them two locked in the house, and they can't leave because they put like a salt circle around it, so that keeps out the spirits. As everybody knows, that keeps out the dark spirits.
I've seen
Also keeps them in.
Spiderwick Chronicles.
Spiderwick, that's exactly what it is. I couldn't remember what that was from. Yeah, it's just the salt circle, and he lays that down, and then they start the thing, and the film isn't kind of like a haunted house kind of thing where they start the ritual and then she starts seeing shapes in the corner of the room. She sees a shape at one point, but it's really like just kind of I don't know. It's not like a ghost or anything like that. It's just a weird thing happening. It seems like they're smoking a rollie like in the room with her.
Yeah.
And she goes over to it, just kind of, and the film is lit so darkly as well that you're not too sure exactly what's happening at any given moment. But the film or the director or whatever doesn't take advantage of that by like jumping out and like scaring you with like a Conjuring style or like Woman in Black style with like a Jack in the Box. Like it's very low level dread and atmosphere throughout the entire movie. So I did like that. It's a real slow burn, even though it's only it's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes. I don't feel like it's long, but I feel like it does. You really have to sit with it.
It's a mood piece.
It's a mood piece, absolutely. Then it ratchets up a bit at the end. It gets a bit weird, a bit freaky. But fuck all happens, like from a plot's or from kind of like a plot sense.
Like in terms of like actions that occur.
That kind of advance what she's trying to achieve happens for like nothing really happens for like 40 minutes, where it's just, and that's kind of the source of tension, where they're doing all these rituals and she's like writing down these sigils and he's reading spells and they're like doing all these weird things every day, and he's being really severe in her treatment of her, like really disciplinarian, but nothing is happening. Like they're not getting in contact with anybody. There's nothing weird happening in the house, and I think part of the the atmosphere and like the tension that the viewer is feeling is like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know, and she's locked herself in this house with this guy now who he's clearly something's wrong. Because
he said at the start he's like sweating profusely, and she's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just DTing," Yeah. And it's like, oh my god, she's locked herself in this house with some fella that is like an addict and is suffering from is suffering from withdrawals, and he's a little bit intense.
Yeah, he's very intense.
And then he's like, he kind of relaxes a bit, but then he gets super intense. But then she also gets super intense as
Yeah.
well. And it's like this flopping back and forth. Like, what I really liked about this movie is I got, like, because it's a movie, I was like, right, we're going to get something at the end. But there was times where I was like, I don't know where this movie's going. I don't know if we're actually going to get any form of, like, magic actually occur. Like, will they actually contact anyone? Will there be ghosts or demons or anything like that in the movie? And then they're like super is.
Yeah.
And before that, you even get it's like a demon like speaking in the voice of her dead son.
Yeah, that was spooky. That was the closest to like conventional horror before you get kind of to the end of the movie.
Yeah, the bit where like the dogs barking in the same like behind the door. Oh.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Creepy.
But before that, anything that happens, the guy's like, oh yeah, it's working. But you could also just chop it up to coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a dog barking outside. And he's like, that's it working. It's like, but it could just be
a dog.
Could just be a dog barking.
A crow crashes into the window, like a plate falls off the table. He's like, it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
And she's like, she starts getting sick of it because she's paid him like 80 grand and she spent 10 grand renting out this house for a year. And she's trapped in there. She can't leave. Otherwise, and she tries to leave at one point. Because he gets more and more kind of manipulative. And she's just getting sick of his behavior. Like he's just being a prick. But at the same time, he does have that side to him where it's like he seems to like actually genuinely like he seems like actually convinced that they need to do this and they can't stop. And it's shown in that scene where she tries to leave, and he's like, and the guy the actor who plays him is really, really good.
Both of them are very good in this movie.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's really understated, just like a broken person, who's just driven to do this one thing. But at the same time, she's holding back, and that's the source of the tension between the two characters. Is she's holding back a kind of a
truth.
Yeah, a wish for she just wants revenge. It's kind of she wants to ask the guardian angel to just like fuck up the people that killed her son. And she doesn't tell that to him because she doesn't think that he would do it. And he alleges that this is the reason why nothing's working because they know that you're lying or whatever. But she tries to leave because she's sick of him, and he's like you can't leave. Like we're both fucked. We're trapped here forever if you leave. And he's like, you see the panic in his eyes. It's really because there are points where you're like, is he just a charlatan, or like is she just being scammed? Is the horror of the fact that she's trapped with this weirdo who's like addicted to stuff? But he's clearly really afraid of whatever is beyond the salt circle or what could happen if she tried to leave it. But yeah, it's a grand old movie.
It is a grand old movie.
Yeah.
The bit as well where like he drowns her, and then resuscitates her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you've been reborn.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I fully thought like, is that the end of the? Are we about to end the movie here? And then something else? No. Okay, he brings her back. Yeah, I think as well. It's it really. There's a bit of Martyrs, where there's like there's a prolonged torture scene that happens in Martyrs, but it's not like like physical, like it's not like Paul Dano in Looper torture. It's just that the same thing over and over again every day, the same thing. Wakes up, she gets like physically assaulted, food, water, left. Next day, physically assaulted, food, water, like just beaten. And eventually she just loses her mind from suffering like this for so long. I feel like this movie is kind of like that, where it's the same thing. She has to do the same thing in cycles. Like she has to keep drinking the blood because she won't do the forgiveness ritual. She has to sit in the water and stay awake for so long and like have cold water poured on her. And then she has to stay in the circle for 3 days and no water, no food, and then come out and then do the same thing again and the same thing again and like it just slowly wears her down. I thought that was excellent.
Yeah.
It's also like super methodical in its depiction of rituals. Like I feel like I was watching it and I was like, whoever made this movie or wrote this movie is into the occult.
Yeah.
And like actually knows what they're talking
stuff,
about. I got that feeling from this movie. Then the ending is crazy as well.
Yeah, the ending is mad. And yeah, like it's kind of weird because it's like because the movie isn't a conventional horror movie. And it's very vibes and atmosphere and stuff. And then at the end it gets very very supernatural. But I think what's kind of unique or interesting or notable about the ending is that it is a positive ending.
Yes.
Like it's not like she's learned. It is basically she learns to be at peace with herself or whatever. But the way they get there is just like terrifying, and kind of like it justifies the entire movie. It's like grief is like a very very painful process, and the fact she's had to go through all these trials to eventually kind of come to terms with whatever's inside herself.
She got her finger cut off.
Yeah, her finger was cut off. There's some kind of symbolism with that. I don't know. But yeah, the ending is like really hopeful, which is so bizarre because I remember when I first watched this, and I saw there was 10 minutes left of the movie, and she's in a dungeon with a load of demons, and they cut her finger off. I'm like, how the fuck is this movie gonna? Is this movie just gonna turn into like Martyrs or whatever?
Yeah.
Like she just gets ripped to pieces. But it literally it turns into the opposite because she tries to leave. Because your man, like after he drowns her, she pushes him when she gets revived because she's like, "Why did you kill me?" And he'll bring her back to life. And he falls on a knife and he gets stabbed. And then over the course of like a week or whatever, he ends up dying because they can't leave the house and get medical attention or anything like that. So she stays with him for a bit, and then she's like, "I need to go."
Yeah, but when he gets stabbed, he's like, "Oh, this is what I get for hurting you. This is your guardian angel coming back to me."
Yeah.
So I see it is working.
Yeah, he's like, "That's the ritual working." It's like he's just like there's a fucking kitchen knife sticking out his belly.
Knife out as well. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. Oh, it's very well done.
And he mentions something as well when he's dying about really wanting to see his sister.
Yeah. Because he's talking about the demons fear me. I'm like a demon hunter, and like, I'm not afraid. And then he's just like, I really miss my sister, and he starts crying. And that's the last thing you see.
Yeah.
The next thing you see is he's dead in the morning. So I suppose it's about him just being, human.
Yeah.
And not being kind of the cool dude or whatever. There's
He's
more
not
stuff in there.
He definitely ain't Van Helsing.
He's not Van Helsing. He's just a random guy, which I think is pretty cool. And there's definitely other stuff in there that you can read into. The fact he wants to be like he would get a wish as well if he made it to the end. He wanted to be invisible, just disappear before the howl.
Yeah.
What the hell was that about? I don't really know. But it's like it's mysterious.
It made me think about the dog.
The dog.
The dog barking like some demon death or something like that coming from. I don't know. The hell was such a. Ooh, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. It's very evocative. But like the movie doesn't elaborate in any way, which I love.
Yeah.
And then so he's dead. She tries to leave, and obviously can't leave the salt circle. She ends up back at the house.
Yeah, she goes. She leaves and goes down the road, and then really comes back to the house.
Yeah,
after walking
she's like,
for
no!
ages.
And when she goes back in, it's all someone's gotten sick everywhere. There's like vomit everywhere.
There's half of the photo of her and her son is cut in half. It's only her son left.
Yeah. And it's just it's creepy.
And there's just straight up demons in the house now.
Yeah. There's like actual just like standing around. It's like, what the hell? She goes down she's dragged down into a basement. She's knocked unconscious, wakes up in a basement. There's like demons everywhere around her, and they're real creepy looking. They're not like.
They look like something, and I don't know what they look like. They remind me of something, but I don't know what.
They're fairly original, kind of designs.
Yeah,
I think. But yeah, they're kind of like melted wax figures.
Yeah.
Ish. With the same kind of vibe as like in Hereditary, the creepy naked guy. In the
I
corners.
get that. That was super. That was the energy I got.
Yeah.
This came out before Hereditary as well.
Oh yeah. And she's basically given up, and she's like, I'm so sorry. She's like talking to her dead son or whatever. And then out like Deus Ex Machina, like literally like her guardian angel arrives at that moment. She's like, he's like, she's had enough,
and he shows up.
He's there. He's there.
He's like
he's putting his balls on the table. He's like
fucking massive.
He's big.
He's big CGI angel, decked out in armor, just chilling.
He's got like angelic like medieval armor, and he's like the size of a room. It's a big old house as well, and he's just there kneeling, and he's like this white kind of like Prometheus guy as well, and he's like he starts talking, but you can't hear what he's saying. That's the whole like screen is washed out in white. Where it's like been like dark, nearly black for the entire movie. And she gives her her wish is like, I want to be able to forgive or something like that. And then it's kind of the movie ends. The angel, he gives a little knowing smirk,
Yes.
and then the movie's kind of over.
That wee little smile, and then
Yeah. But I thought it was like I think you could definitely fuck that up, and maybe there is a better way to end it. But I thought that was really a really cool way to end it. Even if it I think on paper it just sounds a bit shit. But the way they pull it off, I think it really works.
Yeah, I think on paper it sounds real like
a bit stupid.
Yeah, a bit like
then her angel arrives and saves her.
And her angel arrives and she asks for forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. But I do think it like super works in this movie.
It lands, yeah.
I think it's just because like everything is so like dull and slow, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, angel, and she's asking for forgiveness, and now the movie's over.
Yeah.
I think it works.
It does.
Definitely think it works.
It does. Yeah, a big fan of this movie. I was fearful that I wouldn't be watching it again the second time I watched it. But now it's well worth a watch. I think it's the kind of movie that will grow. I would have thought it would be a bit more well known by now, but it's really not.
No, like I've never ever heard of this movie until you recommended it, and it hit. No, it definitely
hits.
It hits. Yeah.
Yeah. So a good one.
Mark, you picked a good one.
Thank God.
You picked a good one eventually.
It's been a while.
After 152 episodes, you finally picked a good movie. Will we leave it at that?
Let's leave it there.
Before we leave it there, Mark, recommended film for episode 153. I think this is a movie that the two of us should have watched last year, but we didn't watch it. And it's actually kind of stupid that we didn't watch it. We should have watched The Substance.
Yeah, we didn't watch it.
Really missed we missed the ball on that one.
We really did. Because now people are like, the what?
The what?
Never heard of it.
That movie from last year
that was so last year, man.
Demi Moore? I don't know. It was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that neither of us saw them.
Yeah. I was looking through my watch list. I was like, neither of us have seen this movie, and I don't know why. I don't know why neither of us have seen it.
Yeah.
So we're rectifying that, and we're going to watch The Substance.
Very good.
Yeah.
Rectification at last.
Yeah.
At last.
Making the world right again.
Yeah. Making good.
So, Substance 2024 movie directed by... Don't know, someone that's done something at some stage in their life. Oh God, Carly Farjeet. Oh my God, she directed Revenge, which we've talked about.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yeah, Revenge.
This movie's gonna be a banger. I already know.
Yeah,
This movie's good, but I know this movie's gonna be good now. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sure people know what this movie's about.
Oh yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
All right. Good night. God bless. Bye.